How do you celebrate 1945 in 2025? By rolling out tanks, drones, and a nervous front row of world leaders. This wasn't just Beijing marking victory. It was Beijing auditioning for superpower status. The economy may be stalling, but the message was clear. We still have missiles. We still matter. Putin showed up to prove he still has friends. Kim brought his daughter to prove he has a future.
Hi, Daddy.
ASEAN leaders turned up for trade. And Modi? He skipped it. The loudest silence in the parade. Welcome to Past Cast, where politics meets history with a twist of satire. If you enjoy our take, hit like and subscribe so you never miss the next story. Xi Jinping stood in Tiananmen Square declaring, "The world faces a choice, peace or war, dialogue or confrontation." Powerful words, especially delivered while standing in front of hypersonic missiles. For the outside world, it was a flex. For Russia and North Korea, it was reassurance. For his own people, it was a distraction. The economy may be slowing, but the missiles still fly fast. And the applause? Delayed, awkward, like clapping at the wrong part of a joke. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, watching from across the Pacific, fired off Truth Social posts like live sports commentary. First, he congratulated the wonderful people of China. Then he reminded Xi that America had paid for China's World War II victory. "We gave you money, weapons, planes, the whole Costco package. Maybe say thanks?" Of course, Xi didn't say thanks. So Trump added, "Give my warmest regards to Putin and Kim as you conspire against the United States." That's not diplomacy. That's a jealous ex crashing the group chat. Putin denied everything. He told reporters, "We didn't plot against the US. Not once."
Nope.
Which is like standing outside a bank in a ski mask saying, "Robbery? Never heard of it." Everyone smirked, except Kim, who was about to outdo Putin in the art of awkward diplomacy. South Korea's envoy, Woo Won-shik, leaned in. Warm smile, open arms. "It's been 7 years since we last met. I missed you." Jong Un didn't blink. He didn't smile. He didn't even fake small talk. He just replied with one word. Yes. That was it. The world's shortest summit. North Korea had just redefined diplomacy as speed dating. 3 seconds, 1 syllable, 0 chemistry. Because Kim wasn't looking for love in Seoul, he already had his eye on Moscow and Beijing. Then came the photo op. Xi, Putin, and Kim, shoulder to shoulder. Western media called it the axis of upheaval. But it wasn't unity. It was desperation. 3 leaders with sanctions, shrinking economies, and no friends left. What unites them isn't ideology or vision. It's sanctions, paranoia, and the need to prove they're not isolated. Their message? If you can't join the West, invent your own club, even if the membership list barely fills a photo frame. Back in Washington, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent wasn't impressed. He dismissed the whole SCO summit as performative, a show without substance. Then he called India, China, and Russia bad actors in the Ukraine war. He even scolded India for buying Russian oil and maybe reselling it. Basically, he turned the SCO family photo into a most wanted poster. And then, in true Washington style, Bessent tried to drag Europe into a new game, slapping secondary tariffs on India. While Washington was busy making most wanted posters, Donald Trump was busy making headlines. Asked if he feared Russia, China, and North Korea teaming up, Trump just shrugged. "China needs us more than we need them. Our military's the strongest. They won't dare fight." Then came the punchline. He said he was very disappointed with Putin, which in Trump speak means we're still buddies, just maybe stop bombing people on live TV. Putin, of course, nodded along, because for him, bluffing Trump costs nothing and buys more time in Ukraine. So while Trump was busy not fearing anyone, the other side looked like they were rehearsing for a new club. Xi, Putin, Kim, with Iran lurking nearby, have formed a secret society, the Not Plotting Club. And the motto? We're not conspiring, just brainstorming our own NATO, but with fewer members and more missiles. In the end, the parade wasn't just about remembering 1945. It was about Xi showing strength, Putin showing denial, and Kim showing one word: yes. And that tells you everything you need to know about today's world order. Thank you for watching Pastcast, where the past echoes through today. If you enjoyed the satire, scrolls, and scandals, like, subscribe, and ring the bell before the next empire falls.